My name is Alex Barth. I am joined by Mike Petraglia and Abdul Dramali today as we get you ready for Super Bowl 52. Today is going to kind of be a preview to the preview. We're going to talk about what to expect the week leading up to the Super Bowl, as by the time this is released, we will have 6 days and 12 hours, under a week to go until kickoff between the Patriots and the Eagles. So I want to start here, guys. Each you and Mike, will start with you. What is the one storyline you have your eye on during media week? What is the one thing you'll be keeping an eye on?
Well, I think the one story I'm keeping a very close eye on is Tom Brady's approach to things this week and how calm he keeps things. Tom versus Time Facebook personal documentary, docudrama going on Facebook. And he was even asked about that today here in his press conference. And he said, let's keep it to football. My focus has always been during this time. It's so critical. Keep the focus on football. The other thing, obviously, that I will keep a very close eye on is Rob Gronkowski, because the assumption is that Gronk will be ready to go. Of course, he returned to practice here on Saturday from a concussion, but we don't know if he's been cleared by the NFL concussion protocol completely to take part in practice. Will he be 100% go as the Patriots really gear in to their final preparations? And I guess finally, can the Patriots repeat what they've done in their first two playoff games? Manage to fall behind in actually both games and come from behind and play a great second half and finish strong.
Abdul, how about you?
I hope they don't have to come from behind as a biased fan, but my worries are on the other side of the ball. Malcolm Brown has been exceptional against the run, very quietly exceptional against the run, and Dietrich Wise has been effective as a run or as a passing the rusher. Hold on, rushing the passer. So with the way the Eagles' offensive line has been performing lately, I am concerned about the health of those two on our defensive line. So we're going to have to keep an eye out for them. I guess media availability will determine whether or not they're cleared or practicing. I'll be keeping an eye out for that.
And the one thing I want to see is, what do LeGarrette Blount and Chris Long have to say this week? Obviously, they were with the Patriots last year. Only two people, Jermaine Wiggins and Joe Volano, have ever won a Super Bowl with and lost a Super Bowl to Tom Brady. Obviously, those two don't want to join that list. But what will they be saying? And can they keep their teammates in check? Can LeGarrette Blount and Chris Long get them in the right mindset for the week leading up to the Patriots? Or will a team that's been pretty outspoken throughout the year continue that trend this week in Minnesota? I want your guys' takes on that, and Abdul, we'll start with you. What do you think the Eagles will be like this week vocally, and how do you think they should act this week? Should they maybe get out there and puff out their chest a little bit?
So they've been riding that underdog story for 2 weeks straight now, and I think that they deserve to do that. I wrote them off without Carson Wentz, and they've made it through the NFC Championship and on to the Super Bowl. So I think they've earned it. I don't think they're going to resort to any personal attacks like, what's his name, Byard, for example, or Jalen Ramsey. I don't think they're going to resort to that, but I do think they're going to pump up their own fans and their own teammates by playing the underdog card, which I do think they've earned. So I have no problems with that.
So what I think it was very interesting, guys, this week, Doug Peterson saying the focus has to be on us, the Eagles, not about the Patriots, not about their dynasty, not about how great they are or how hated they might be by our fan base. The focus has to be on us. And I think that was kind of a roundabout way of saying don't trash talk, because we have our own house to take care of. And if we don't take care of our own house, we'll go out on the Super Bowl field and get embarrassed. And he obviously doesn't want that to happen. But there's also a great deal of respect, obviously, for the Patriots and what they've accomplished. And, I asked Tom Brady today that question. Doug Peterson said to his team, he wants the focus to be about the Eagles. In your perspective, is Tom Brady thinking more about what the Patriots need to do in this game and take care of their own P's and Q's? Or do you have to kind of also understand what the Eagles are going to try to take away from you? And he said, it's a little of both, but I know this. If we don't play our best game, if we don't focus on what we need to do, we'll get beat.
With Mike Petraglia, who's at Gillette Stadium. If you're listening, you hear that wind in the background. He's out on the field, and Abdul Dramali joining us as well. Before we get to the last question here, I just want to Remind everybody that this is brought to you by Simple Contacts, a convenient way to renew your contact lens prescription and reorder your brand of contacts from anywhere in minutes. It's vision care simplified. Need to renew your subscription? Take a 5-minute vision test from your phone or computer. It's reviewed by a licensed doctor. You receive a renewed 1-year prescription and reorder your contacts. If you use the promo code right now, you can get $30 off your first order with our code. That is simplecontacts.com/CLNS or enter CLNS at checkout. This isn't a replacement for your periodic full eye health exam. But again, for $30 off your first order, use the promo code CLNS. Okay, so before we wrap things up here, one more point, and Trags, we'll start with you. This is Belichick and Brady's 8th Super Bowl, right? Been there, done that. They've been to this dance. For the Eagles, the majority of them, it's their first time around. Doug Peterson, it's his first as a head coach. Most of that roster, it's their first as players. How can the Patriots use that experience? And we hear about it all the time. It's a different week. It's a different schedule. The media requirements are different. The practice schedule is different. How can the Patriots use the been there, done that factor to their advantage?
Well, they're already doing that. They're going to have the same routine that they did last year, and they've done in many years in the past. They practice Thursday, Friday, today, Saturday, and Sunday, and then they leave on Monday, do the media day. Now, Monday is a very busy day for them in terms of their non-football obligations, but the coaching staff has no problem with them getting that out of the way. But the critical time for the Super Bowl week, we're right in the midst of it. These 4 days is when 75 to 80% of their installation takes place for the Super Bowl. They said that was a big reason they were able to do so well last year, is they were able to get the good 75 to 80% of it done before they got on that plane for Houston. It should be the same thing this year, this time around. And I would expect the Patriots, would be very well prepared when they landed Minneapolis on Monday. So to answer your question, Alex, the real way they use their experience, been there, done that, is in their preparation before they even get on the plane for the Super Bowl.
Abdul, what do you think? How much of this dynasty is kind of self-sustaining that the Patriots have been there so many times it doesn't faze them anymore?
Yeah, I think the lights can get a little too bright for someone who's never been under such scrutiny. So someone like Nick Foles could definitely be affected by this, whereas Tom Brady has been there so many times that this is almost a yearly invitational for him. I think that specific players may be affected, coaching staff, so exactly what Trag said.
We will have coverage throughout the week. Obviously, this is just the beginning. We hope you will join us for all of it on CLNS. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Patriots CLNS. That's where all of our coverage can be found. We will have roundtables daily, reports from Minnesota, and so much more, plus coverage on the day of the game. So, for Abdul Dramali and Mike Petralia, my name is Alex Barth. Thanks for joining us for this CLNS Patriots Roundtable. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Patriots CLNS, and we'll talk to you next time.